Hey man, it's old Brookie. How's it going? I just did 8 hours in the van going to a gig, doing the gig and coming back, and that was last night. The gigging was fine. It was just the van ride was just kind of long, but that's fine. So I got to get ready to go do another one today. But before that happens, I want to tell you about one thing that happened on stage last night. I was doing some of my lead guitar business, and I don't think my index finger was really in the right position. It was I wasn't concentrating enough on laying my finger flat in the position I was gonna be working in. So I'll try to explain. If you're gonna, what I want you to think about is maybe locking in on a shape here. It's like remember F, dumb old F chord? It's that shape. Or something modified like that. Let's say we're up at, I'm going to keep that shape moving. A, B, C, D. Here's E. Let's go to E flat. Okay, so, E flat might slow down a few of my friends. Like, what's that? But you really got to know all 12. But here's E flat. The way I'm thinking about it is E flat note is at the 11th fret of the 6th string or 1st string. And that's where we would make our typical bar chord. E-shaped bar chord. But I'm not going to hold that whole shape down. I'm going to hold parts of it down. Again, index finger on the 1st and 2nd strings. I'm just going to lay it flat. Sounds kind of cool. There's a little sliding into it. Alright, that's good practice. So I'm going to add my middle finger, 3rd string, 12th fret. So I got 11, 11, 12. That's a major 3rd or a G note. Pretty basic stuff, but you really got to be ready for the next chord. Looks like A flat. Whatever it is, just be ready for that. Let's just add the ring finger for it. Let's say you're doing something like ooh, I goofed a note. I wasn't thinking. My mind was, I was dreaming, and I got a little, I was off a fret there for just one little bloop. So you really got to be conscious of holding this shape or something like it. Something like it means like when you do your scale, let's move up to E at the 12th fret. I'm going to do it I call this dangerous fingering. So you can see I was kicking my index out way sky high. That's something I want you to check yourself for. You're not going to be doing it that much, but just, I call it flying fingers when they kind of react and spring back from the fretboard. Now this is the way I would play it. So what I did was my index was flat on the 2 skinnies. Then I just sort of lean in for the 3rd string. So again, flat on 2 strings. But the last second I lean in to get the 3rd string. After that, I might jump it slightly. Then I'm going to, this index is going to kind of keep crawling over. It's going to stay pretty low. That's what I'm getting at. Keeping your index low and just creep it over 1 or 2 frets. So just try not to let it go up. Because sometimes, you're going to need stuff like some little two-note kind of trashy garage rocky sounding. But, if you're on stage, you're always, dealing with, a big three-dimensional space and possible spectators, peers. You don't want to be falling apart. You want to be playing clear and clean. And I made about 5 errors in our set last night. Not knowing the structure of a cover song we do, and the others were just sort of not really concentrating. And so by thinking about this, I'm going to think about this week, keeping my index finger in position no matter what key I'm in. Okay, like I see my students do this. This is why I'm kind of talking about it, and myself. Oh, I had a guy last week, good player, cool guy, newer student. We were doing this lick. Oops, there I go. Stuff like that. That's one of my stock kind of practices. I stole it from my co-guitarist Ian Williams. That's a pretty good example of keeping that F shape ready to go. That's one of my stock teaching licks. Then it helps us go through a progression. Here's A. Here's B. And yes, I caught my student kind of lifting up his fingers. So that's something I just want to kind of make a point. I know I've gone on and on about it, but it's pretty important. Even from, I'm supposedly an experienced professional guitar player, and my mind drifted. This might help us not hit bad notes. That's all I'm trying to do. All right, I better get loading the car, man. We got to go to the next big thing, but just wanted to make sure everybody's doing good, and thanks for stopping by.